Yeah, hi guys. One thing that I learned today, it certainly does not take a lot of rain or wind for a large tree or a limb to come down. If you take a look behind me here, and we're live in Elizabeth Park, you can see some of the tree trimming that they have done on these large trees just to make sure everybody in the park stays safe. I was talking today with B&M Tree Services. They told me that today they had 3 calls to service even before any severe weather came into the state, and that is because trees, just like humans, undergo what is called heat stress. It's when the tree limbs get heavy, they start to droop, and all of a sudden they're more susceptible to snap at any moment.
A weather event of this type and magnitude, we would expect roughly 1.5% to 3% of our customer base to be impacted, and an estimated restoration time between 12 and 24 hours.
And most of that damage is caused by falling tree limbs.
Isaias, we probably get 1,000 calls, and a regular thunderstorm we'll probably get maybe 100 calls.
On this day, B&M Tree Services was on Pilgrim Road in West Hartford, removing this downed limb from a maple tree.
You're not going to get a warning when it's coming down.
Rotted inside, it came crashing down over the weekend.
Feeling very lucky today.
Narrowly missing a boy and his dog.
There was no wind. My son was sitting on the front step with the puppy, and they were just hanging out. My son heard a crack, and he thought it was like a noise of squirrels in the tree because he hears that, and the crack got louder, and he saw it come down. He jumped, said to the puppy, "Run."
The experts say signs of an unhealthy tree can include a loss of leaves or bark, the presence of insects or mushrooms growing at the base. It's recommended you get a tree inspection every 3 years, but be careful who you call.
There are so many companies out there that have a chainsaw and a rope who will go around just certainly during a storm or after a storm and offer to cut your tree down for you. But it's really important that you hire somebody with the proper licensing, with the proper insurance.
And often when a tree limb does go down, it falls on power lines.
So if your power's out and you venture out from the house, please be aware of down wires and stay away from them. Even if they look de-energized, they may not be.
All right, coming up in the news at 5, we're going to take you to Unionville, where there was a large tree limb that fell onto a house today. If there is any good news to come out of today's severe weather threat, it's that these storms will likely make it feel a little cooler here in Connecticut, snap this heat streak that we've had. And of course, remember, you just can stay with Fox 61 on air and online and on our streaming platforms for everything you need to know. For now, we're live here in Elizabeth Park in Hartford. Matt Karen, Fox 61 News.